What is going on, traders, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over my watch list for the trading week of August 29th, 2022. Let's get to it. All right, so the catalyst for this week. Now after the sell-off after the Jackson Hole meeting on Friday, we could have a continuation of that, or we could have a bounce back. We're just going to have to wait and see how that goes. But as far as reports that's coming out next week, the only one that I saw was the labor market statistics, and that comes out on Friday. All right. And that's going to be dealing with how many jobs were created or lost in August. OK, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's earnings calendar. All right, so here's this week's calendar. We have a lot of consumer staples and some retail, but the ones I'm going to be watching will be CrowdStrike, ChargePoint, Chewy, Okta, Five Below, and Lululemon. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to start off with the indexes. First one up, the QQQ. And here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. Now, on last week's watch list, we talked about this candle formation that it had on the weekly called a shooting star, and that it normally indicates a change in the trend to the downside. It did sell off, but it wasn't easy. So let's go down to the daily chart and zoom in a little bit. You can see that on Monday and Tuesday it pretty much was kind of flat. Wednesday and Thursday it tried to run up, but after that speech Powell made on Friday, everything sold off. So we don't know if that's going to continue next week or it's going to have a rebound. But let's look at both scenarios real quick. First off, the bullish. We needed to stay above $303. If the QQQ can stay above 303, I'm looking for it to come up and test around 312. If it can get through 312, the next level that I'm looking at is around $323. Okay. Now, in the bear scenario, if it cannot stay above 303, I'm looking for it to drop down and test around $295. If it can't hold that, all the way down to around 280. Okay. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, the next index we're going to look at is SPY, and here I have it pulled up on the daily chart. Here's that big sell-off on Friday. Now, first off, the bullish scenario. Right now, we have the SPY sitting around $405.30. I need the SPY to get above $407.30. If it can get above $407.30, the first level that I'm looking for it to test is around $417.60. If it can get through that, the next level is $422.75. Next level above that is $427.25. Okay. Now the bear scenario. Now if the SPY cannot get above 407.30 and it gets rejected or doesn't even get to it, the first level that I'm looking for it to test is around 395.75. If it can't hold that, 390.75. And if it can't hold this, all the way down to 375. Okay, so keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, first up is going to be CrowdStrike, ticker symbol CRWD, and here I have it pulled up on the 4-hour chart. A few things about CrowdStrike. They're a cloud-based cybersecurity firm that offers their software as a service. All right. Now, with keywords like cloud and cybersecurity, there was a lot of people excited about this stock, and you can see it got as high as almost $300 not too long ago. Okay. Now, they report earnings after the market closes on Tuesday. In their last few earnings, they have beat, just barely, but they have beat the analyst estimates. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the levels. First off, the bullish scenario. Right now, it's sitting around $194.50. If they can get above $195.25, the first level that I'm looking for to test is around $213. Okay. Now, if they report bad earnings and they cannot get above $195, the first level that I'm looking for to test is around $192.25. If they can't hold that, I'm looking for it to fill this small gap that it created all the way down to around $186.50. Okay. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, up next is going to be Okta, ticker symbol OKTA, and here I have it pulled up on the daily chart. A few things about Okta. They're a cloud-based identity management company. So what they do is they provide their customers with solutions for a single sign-on and multi-factor authentication. Okay. Now they're not a profitable company just yet. I think a swim shows them at a negative $6.55 for the EPS or earnings per share. Okay, now they report earnings after the market closes on Wednesday, and their last few they have beat analyst expectations. Now this stock barely moves over $5 a day, but the reason this one's on my watch list is because on earnings they do get a lot more volume and it can run up or it could sell off. So that's the reason why I'm here. Okay. Now first off, the bullish scenario. Now they're sitting around $93.50. Now if it can stay above $93.40, the first level that I'm looking for to test is around $99. If it can get through that, the next level I'm looking at is around 102. If we can get through that, the next level is around 106. Okay. Now if they report bad earnings and they cannot hold this 93.40 level, I'm looking for it to drop all the way down to around $92. Okay. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, up next is going to be Fortinet, ticker symbol FTNT, and here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. Now this used to be a very expensive stock until they had a 5-to-1 split on June 20th of this year. But the reason this one caught my eye is because of its consolidation, or lack thereof. Now you go back to June of 2020 until February of 2021, it chopped around in this range before making a nice run all the way up here into this range, and it chopped around in this range for over a year. And you know what they say about long consolidation: the longer the consolidation, the bigger the move. And over the last 2 weeks, it has broken out of this consolidation range. Okay, so I'm really looking at this one for a bearish play. Okay, now if I look at this run right here, there wasn't much time for buyers to accumulate a lot of shares to create a nice support level or structure for this stock. And when I look at the volume profile, it says the same thing. There's not many buyers between 48.50 and 31.50. Okay, so what I'll be looking at is if this stock breaks down under 48.50, I'm curious to see how long it'll take to get all the way down to around 31.50. Okay. Now that's the play that I'm really hoping will happen. But if the market decides it wants to run and this stock can get above $50, the first level that I'll be looking for to test is around $53. If it can get through that, the next level is around 57. The level above that is around 63. But what I'm really hoping for is this stock to break down and me to play this one all the way down to around 31.50. Okay. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. Okay, and the last one we want to look at is NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA. And here I have it pulled up on the weekly chart. And before we get started, I want to say congrats to those who took advantage of this one on Friday. It fell $16.53, so it was a nice money-making opportunity. Okay, now NVIDIA over the last 2 weeks has fell quite a bit. And I'm curious to see if it has any kind of bounce in it. And if it does, I want to take advantage of it. Okay. Now, first off, the bullish scenario. Right now, NVIDIA is sitting around $162.60. We need it to get above $164.50. If it does, I'm looking for it to run all the way up to $187.50. And it's possible because it could still be some shorts in this one. And if it starts to run, it could force them to cover and it could squeeze all the way up to around $187. Okay. Now the bearish scenario, like I said, it's sitting at $162.60. If it cannot get above $164.50, the first level that I'm looking for it to test is around $161.50. If it can't hold that, down to around $156.25. Now what's funny, if you look at the volume profile for this stock right here from, what is this, October of 2020 all the way until May of 2021, when you look at the volume profile here, there's not many buyers in this range. So if it does fall below $156.25, I'm curious to see how far this thing will fall, but we'll assess that when the time comes. Okay, but keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. And that is the end of the video. If you found value, please smash that like button and consider subscribing. Here's wishing you a prosperous week of trading. And until next week, talk to you later.